Good afternoon and welcome back to Sports Call on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Andy Graham and Brett Pritchard here with you for another hour and a half. Give us a call at 334-887-3401 or 1-888-9-TIGER-9 toll free. We're going to open the phone lines up in our next segment, but right now we're going to welcome in a very special guest, Tim Miller, president and head coach of God's Academy Prep School in Dallas, Texas. Tim, you there with us?
Yes, I am.
Tim, thanks so much for being a part of Sports Call this afternoon.
Well, thank you.
Now, Tim, you guys won the AAU National Championship in 2005, 2006, and 2007. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about God's Academy.
Well, I'm 46 years old. I've been coaching since I was 16 years old. I've been in probably about 9 national championship games as far as AAU. And then in 2005, we started God's Academy for kids that was a part of our organization called Team TG Basketball. And from that standpoint, when I coached KC in 2009 with God's Academy, we won the NACA National Championship, and he was the MVP. He was also I'm trying to get it out of my head, the NCHAA National Christian School Athletic Association National Player of the Year in 2009 as well. And so, we've done a good job as far as honing talent, developing our kids, and send them on to college, and they do a very good job. This year we had Titus Rubles, the star from University of Cincinnati, that played with KC. We had Whaley Austin and Richard Marty that played with the University of Oregon. They played with KC. We also had James Williams, that was the starting shooting guard at the University of Texas San Antonio. He played with KC. We also had Brandon West that played for Jackson State this year, who averaged a double-double, and he played with KC. That was his junior year, and the senior year we had a very good team. And then his freshman year we was loaded with God's Academy. And ever since, we've done a pretty good job at God's Academy putting guys in the college. This year, coming into this next year, we have the number 1 point guard in the country, and he'll be going to the University of Iowa. And then we also have the number 1 player in the Northwest in JUCO named Brandon Westendorf, and he's going to the University of Seattle. So we've done a good job of putting guys in the college, and they've done well.
Well, Tim, have I have this right here? You are related to Ross Miller, correct? I mean, KC Ross Miller, correct?
I'm his dad.
Okay, that's right. So you know him better than most, I would expect.
I know him very well.
Well, he was a redshirt sophomore at New Mexico State and has decided to transfer to Auburn. Now, from my information, he's going to graduate from New Mexico State this summer, and he's going to be eligible to play for Auburn immediately. Is that correct?
Yes, he will. He'll graduate this summer, and he'll be at Auburn in July, and he'll have 1 year left to play at Auburn.
Okay. Now, what was it about Auburn that drew his attention? I know that he visited Dayton and maybe some other schools, but what made him decide to come to Auburn?
Well, originally KC was going to the SEC from Kentucky, but then Billy Gillespie got fired, and then he was going to go to LSU, but ran into NCAA problems. Not so much with him, but a school that he attended. It wasn't in our school. It was another school that had NCAA problems, so they wrote his classes ineligible. And so he would have already been in the SEC, and when he had this opportunity to transfer, we looked at, going back into the SEC because we thought that his level of play was that kind of level of play, even though basically what he's done in New Mexico State has played a pure point role to help them get to the tournament for 2 years in a row. and really, even in 3 years in a row, they've been to the tournament. He's a part of it. So that was, I mean, more than anything, we wanted to get back in that. And plus, we love Coach Pearl, which I knew him from the past because he recruited a couple of my kids. And then we also love Coach Persons, who used to coach with the Lakers in case he's a big Laker fan. He loves Kobe Bryant. And so when you take all those factors, and then when we came and saw Auburn, and the beautiful facility, the beautiful campus, and the way the people treated him and treated us with so much dignity and the passion of the college, and to hear the people say War Eagle, and everybody repeats it, we were shook to say this is the place we need to be.
I know Auburn prides itself on creating a family atmosphere, and that's actually good to hear. That's very rewarding to know that Auburn can make that kind of impression and is doing that kind of job to bring in the kind of athletes they need to compete in the SEC.
Right. I was blown away. I mean, the facilities are second to none. Just everything was just first class. The staff, the new staff, first class. I mean, just everything about Auburn University. You talk about football and all the other sports, and then the way they handled him concerning what he's going to be able to do academically to get his doctorate his master's at Auburn, just unbelievable. We're very excited and pleased, and I'm even looking forward to coming down and watching him play at Auburn.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Obviously, him graduating in 3 years from New Mexico State, he is a very impressive student, and obviously he cares a great deal about academics.
Yes, he cares a lot about academics because his mom cares a lot about academics, and she really pushes that to him, and I push it to him, And in case he's a twin, and we push it to both our kids, all three of our kids, that they'll be excellent in academics like they are in sports or whatever else they're doing. We just believe in excellence. We believe in doing stuff the right way, and so we're very pleased, very pleased.
What does he plan on pursuing in school?
He has several things that he can look at. One of them, he's talking about doing some computer programming on one end. He's talking about doing some business. I think he's kind of still undecided on which way he wants to go as far as pursuing his master's. But he'll know what he's going to do once he gets Auburn.
Well, tell us a little bit about Casey, the basketball player. What are his strengths? What do you think he needs to work on? What position suits him best?
Well, Casey is a legit point guard. His assist-to-turnover ratio, when you was talking about us winning the national championship in 2000, I think it was 3, 4, and 5. And then in 6, we got beat in the championship game. 7, KC was playing on a team that got second in the country in Vegas as a freshman. He played with SEC star that was at Arkansas named Rodney Clark. He also played with Willie Warren, who played at Oklahoma, and Chris Babb, that now plays for Boston Celtics. He played with all those guys, and he was a starting point guard for them as a freshman. So he has very much experience and very composed. He doesn't get rattled very much. When a team is making a run, he's not going to get rattled. And then, his ability to get everybody the ball in the right places, his ability to, if he needs to score, he can shoot the ball, he can penetrate and dish. As far as a point guard, he's a complete point guard that you will want to run a team. He's a floor general. That's what he is.
And what are his numbers? What size is he?
6'1", 108 pounds. He's not a small guard. He's decently sized.
Okay. He averaged, started 20 of 30 games, averaged 8.3 points, 3.5 assists. He shot 43.7% from the field and 39.3% from beyond the arc. So, obviously, his shooting touch is going to be a great asset for Auburn.
Yes. He developed that 3-pointer playing with those the big guys at New Mexico State. 'Cause they had several guys that was 7. One guy 7'5", another kid 6'10", and another kid 6'9". So their offense wasn't no screen and roll offense. It was more dump the ball down low and prepare yourself to shoot the three. That was the offense. So he had to develop that. And now it's going to help him for where he's at right now.
We've got Tim Miller, president and head coach, and father of recent Auburn commitment, Casey Ross Miller. Obviously, being his father, you might be a little biased, but talent when you see it. You coached, if I'm not mistaken, Bonzie Wells and Purdue head coach Matt Painter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I've been coaching since 1984. And so, the number one player or scorer in the NCAA on the girls' side was Odyssey Sims this year from Baylor University, and I coached her. And so even Texas, University of Texas point guard, Crystal Henderson, I coached her. I coached on both the girls and the boys' side. And yes, I do understand talent. I'm a national scout and evaluator of scout with Hoop Scoop Online with Clark Francis. And so when I see KC, I know what kind of point guard I've dealt with point guards for years, and I just think that he's a rare talent that doesn't lose very much. That's the main thing I would say to anybody. If there's one thing I would say about KC is that he hates losing, so he makes sure he does all the things that it takes to win. And so that's the one thing I would say more than anything.
Casey was the all-time leading scorer for God's Academy, and like you said, not only the physical attributes, not only his scoring and the things that he can do, as far as points are concerned. I think what you mentioned, about his leadership role, about being able to handle the floor, to work the floor, to be able to be the general of the offense. That is the big and something that you really can't coach. I would think that's just kind of comes natural. Would you say?
Yeah, well, yeah. It also comes from a lot of experience as well. When you look at him, he played in several national championship games, and he played on a big stage in high school. Then going on to New Mexico State, where they made the tournament. He played in the conference tournament 2 years ago. It makes a big difference having a guy at the point that has experience, that knows how to get people the ball and make plays at the right time. So yeah, that's a strength of his. He's smart. He's just smart on the court.
Well, Tim Miller, president and head coach of God's Academy and Prep School in Dallas, Texas, father of Casey Ross Miller, one of Auburn's latest commitment to play basketball for Coach Bruce Pearl for the 2014-15 season. We cannot thank you enough for being a part of Sports Call this afternoon, and welcome to Auburn. We look forward to seeing you come and watch your son play and hopefully succeed and lead Auburn into the NCAA tournament.
Well, thank you, and War Eagle to all the people of Auburn.
War Eagle to you. Thank you again for being a part of the program.